Now let's move on to another part using Cognito OAuth flow with traditional application where server returns rendered HTML. For example, PHP application or NodeJS application with EJS engine. So we are going to use Node.js. I will close it and go to user pool, create user pool. And this time we will choose traditional web application. And when we choose traditional web application, we will get client secret also, means it will be private client. Rest all I will keep same. Email. This time server will run on localhost 3000. So localhost 3000 and create Node.js. So here only I will minimize this, stop React and go back. I will create a directory named, let's call it backend. And here we need package.json and paste content of package.json. So copy and paste. It's asking it, in package.json we have dependency as EJS, express session, and OpenID client. Here also, as we can see, OpenID client is going to be the library which will coordinate OAuth flow. I will go to this backend library, backend folder, and start installation of dependencies. All dependencies are installed. Now let's go to next step. Oh, this is the code which we want to use, and it already have all values apart from client secret that we will copy at the end. Let's create not inside Node.js, in backend folder. Let's create server.js and paste the first part. So what it's doing is that it's initializing the client with all the values for Cognito, and then it's configuring session middleware. Here we want to put some secret which will be used to create the session, and this is function that will check if the API call which is coming is authenticated or not, and then home route is configured, which will load content from I guess home folder, and login route. What login route is doing is that it's creating two things, nouns and state, and these things are passed to create authorization URL, and then client is redirected to authorization URL, something similar to last time in front end also. And then this part is dedicated for getting that token using authorization code. So here this is the endpoint, and okay, so I guess I should have kept it /token. Better, we will modify it also. So let's copy first. So what will happen? For now here token is missing, but let's imagine token is here. So once the /token is hit, it will get these parameters, and it will get parameters, and then it will call this client.callback function, which will pass all this state, nouns, and this parameter will contain code also, the authorization code. This will be passed, and then as part of token set, we will get ID access and refresh token that will be used to create session. Let's copy paste it. Here I will add token set client callback. I guess I need to add slash token here and here, and maybe at top also. Yeah, redirect URI is here also slash token, and also I need to fix it in Cognito. Okay, here we have logout route also. Let's use it. So logout route will generally delete the session, and here it needs domain. So it will delete the session and force us to log in again. And this is the view part. So it will go somewhere under views home.js. So inside backend folder, let's create views folder. Views, and under views, we will create home.html, EJS, home.ejs. And here, so here we can see it's not HTML or JavaScript. It's kind of template where we have these variables, and when server will pass this variable and render HTML before returning. So home.ejs is done, and also we need to set engine as EJS in server.js. Before doing something, I will quickly go to client and modify the callback URL, else I will call it later. Now all is done. Let's make it listen on port number 3000, and let's start it. So I will use node so that it detects if I make some change and quickly restart server, and server started successfully. Localhost 3000, and here we have Amazon Cognito pool demo, and since it's not logged in this EJS, this variable is false. That's why we are seeing this part. Once it's authenticated, we will see this part. So I will click on login, and that login route will be called. It will redirect me to login page of Cognito. Let's do it. It redirected. Now I will create user. So it's Cognito. I will pass my email. Okay, looks like it's signing page. I will create account. I will pass email, password, and sign up. Now email, confirm account. After account confirmation, it sent to / token token route localhost 3000 / token with code and state parameter, and after that, I guess let's see what happened here. It sent this response, and let's see what is here in logs. We have some error here. What is error? Invalid client. Okay, now why it's saying invalid client? Because here we have not updated client value. Let's update it. Because it's private client, we must use this client secret. One more thing that is pending to update is in logout route, it need domain name of our Cognito user pool. So this part, I will go to domains, copy domain, and update it here. It restarted. Let's try to log in again. This time it will not ask me password because in Cognito page cookies are already there. So it will directly do the login and send me back in this page for token exchange. Here, token exchange. So first it authorized, since first this authorized call happened, and it should be here somewhere, I think. Yeah, OAuth/authorize with these parameters it happened. And since Cognito UI already have cookie, it just sent me to this callback URL with code and state, and then this token route inside my backend got triggered, and this one, and then it used state and code parameter with nouns and state, and this call happened, and now we are seeing the result here. Also, if I hit login, if I hit logout, here I am seeing this error because logout URL I have not configured, and that's why it's showing error. So I have to configure logout URL also in user pool, and then it might work. Let's do it. Logout, login pages, edit, same login logout URL, and here I need to update this logout URL. Let's token. Let's keep it localhost 3000 only. And here also let's keep it localhost 3000 only. Now let's see. I will go back to localhost 3000, refresh it. It's asking me to log in. It took me here. Let's enter details, and login worked. Log out. Probably it will not work because, as I mentioned earlier, also in this new UI, after making some changes, it takes at least 5 minutes. So maybe because of that, it's not working. Now let's discuss what something regarding session. So if I go to storage, cookies here, now this is the session that is being created. Now what is flow here is that we hit the login, user is sent to the login page, and when user comes back to callback URL with valid authorization code, token exchange happens in the background, and at the same time what we are doing, we are using that access token to create session for us. So here we are not doing actual verification of token, we are creating session, and from next time for all routes what we are checking, from next time we are checking in this checkout function, we are just checking if session is present and session contains user info, then it's authenticated. So it's a kind of hybrid where for login we are utilizing OAuth workflow, but for next time authentication we are still relying on session based mechanism. And the library, the middleware which we are using is session middleware of NodeJS or Express.js, which is not recommended for production. So if we go to documentation, so session middleware Express. So here, since this session middleware by default uses memory, that's why it's not compatible for production environment. It's not purposefully designed for production environment. For small projects or POC, it's fine. But if you want to use it in production with lots of users, then you need to use some session store to store your tokens. For example, you can use DynamoDB, you can use Elasticsearch, Redis, and so on. Here you have full list of databases, key value stores that we can use at the bottom somewhere. There is list here. We have MongoDB and connect pg is simple, I guess. PostgreSQL. So this is the one problem. And another problem with this example which is provided here is that it's using old version of open id client, which is not a big issue, because in later this code might be updated in the Cognito example, so that's fine. But not to worry, in next example, when we will use React with Express.js backend, then we will see how to do JWT verification and JWT access token verification, and also we will use a new version of this library. So things will be sorted out in next example. For now, let's go back and see if login page, which was not working, is working or not. So if I hit login, and it will ask me email and password. So login worked, and logout, yeah, no, logout is working properly. It takes some time if we update these URLs. After some time it works. Login, yeah, it's working. Even cookies in Cognito page got deleted because that call happened. If I show again, here when I hit logout, this call happens to Cognito with parameter logout, means with logout URI, and parameter as client ID and path as logout. So this is it for traditional backend implementation with Cognito.